You're watching the Black Wonder channel, where we discuss current events, geopolitics, and much more.
We want to turn now to the growing outrage over the death of a man on the New York City subway. The 30-year-old with a history of mental illness died Monday after being placed in a chokehold after witnesses say he was threatening other passengers.
The medical examiner ruling his death a homicide by chokehold.
He was a talented Michael Jackson impersonator performing on the New York subway and in Times Square. Now Jordan Neely's tragic death in a chokehold on the same subway where he once entertained passengers is causing an uproar.
Justice for Jordan Neely! Justice for Jordan Neely!
Strong reaction from all perspectives, with questions about where were the cops and the mental health workers in all this.
A man who was experiencing a mental health crisis and who had been abandoned by all the relevant agencies of the city had been killed in a manner just like Eric Garner.
Now, family, the deputized race soldier who did this, the white media knows who he is, but they're not releasing his name. They are purposely protecting the guy who killed our brother.
His assailant is unnamed. I didn't say unknown, I said unnamed. The white media knows exactly who Jordan Neely's killer is. In fact, they've even talked to him.
The coroners, they put out a report saying this was a homicide. The coroner said this was a homicide because they'll try to do the same thing with George Floyd. This whole thing where you can kill a black person and don't nobody do nothing and we have to turn up and all that stuff. And then with George Floyd, they were trying to say, well, he had an overdose and all of that. You know, a bunch of them white, and I say so.
The unidentified former U.S. Marine from Long Island was questioned by police but released. Now there are calls for him to be charged in Neely's death and angry protests.
Police have not publicly identified the men involved, but say they did question and release the one who had Neely in a chokehold. Neely's aunt says her nephew will be remembered for his talent and love of dancing, adding the family wants justice.
Thank you for watching the Black Wonder channel. If you found value in our content, please like, subscribe, and share.